2025 and Happy New Year to
And
everyone.
Happy New Year to everybody too. You're not in the picture, Leslie.
Oh, sorry. And we thought we would discuss what's trending in 2025 in real estate to the best of our ability. So we're only a few days in, but it seems relatively busy, and we're starting to see new contracts coming into play. And so that's good news for the market.
Right. I think it'll be. We predict it'll be very different than 2024, which I think we've had a very good year. But I've spoken to many other realtors, and they said it was very sluggish for them. You know, that there just weren't that many deals happening. We predict, actually, I read something today that was quite interesting. A home purchase sentiment index by Fannie Mae. It said that it's up 73.1% in December, which is apparently a very good indication of that people are very optimistic, buyers, I guess, and sellers about, specifically buyers, about the market, despite the interest rate being higher, right? It went up, and people they have an optimism, maybe because of, a new election, new presidency, for whatever reason, they're much more optimistic than they were last year or towards the end of last year. So I think also that's very interesting to speak about. 24% of buyers last year in 2024 were first-time buyers. It doesn't show many buyers across the country. And the average age of the first-time buyer also edged up to 38, which is quite high when you think about it. Many people have bought their houses before when they're late 20s or 30, but 38 seems to be a bit high, and it's basically because the prices increased, right? So people maybe it was less affordable. Affordability was a real big factor in 2024, and I think it continues to be a big factor today.
Definitely. I think everyone's settling into the new rules that came into play. One, the realtors' rules. Two, getting used to what a property condition disclosure is, and understanding how to fill out the form and what that all means. It's sort of
and your obligation to do it.
Correct. So I think that may play into it, but I think everyone settles in like everything else, and you get used to it, and then you're able to figure out how to move on. And now it becomes a way of life. So that's certainly something that may change things as well, but we're seeing contracts, we're seeing things happen. It's always a slow time of year, right after Christmas,
New Year's,
and then it's cold, so people aren't out looking at homes as much. So I think I'm optimistic that the spring market will bring new buyers and sellers.
I hope so, and I think also the inventory it's predicted to, and I emphasize the word predicted, to really increase come early, like around February, March. I think before a typical spring market, I'm not sure if there's really a spring market anymore, but there's definitely going to be more inventory. And I also think it's going to come from two things. Homes sitting on the market longer, right? If people are pricing their houses too high, and I'm still seeing that, for those homes that are left on the market, that they're just priced too high, and that from new homes coming on the market, not new construction, resales coming on the market. So I think those two factors will increase the inventory, and I think if you have enough houses on the market, you just have less bidding wars, and it kind of stabilizes the market, which I think would be great for buyers. And also just in general, in terms of the whole market, if the inventory increases, which would be great, and especially if the interest rates are not. I've read that they're not really going to trend down, but maybe just slightly in 2025, that they may come down just a bit. And I think also people are getting used to a market, where the interest rates, so let's say 5 or 6%, or even 6.5%. And if they have to buy, they'll buy in this market. I read that 70% of people will be buying and selling within 6 months. So that's like a big number. I was surprised about that, but that's a good indication of the mindset of people. I think if you have to buy a home, you buy a home. So, and especially because the rentals are so high, people are tending
Motivated
to buy. Yeah.
and absolutely. That definitely makes people change their tune. I am seeing, which I haven't seen in a long time, mortgage contingencies again.
Right.
I hadn't had many at all, and now I'm seeing that deals are contingent, which is will bring young buyers into the market, because most young people can't afford to buy without like having a contingency.
Right. It also may show that the market is shifting, not necessarily 100%, but going from a seller's market to a buyer's market, because a year ago, people just didn't want to put any contingencies in. I mean, they would put an inspection, but sometimes they waive that or waive their rights once the inspection was done. So I think that you may see that the market may be changing. Even though the inventory is still tight, I think that the mindset of the buyer may start to change.
Right.
I think also that what's interesting is that people are looking to buy homes that really are move-in ready. Most people don't want to do a lot of projects in the home. The homes that sell really the quickest, and this is something to consider if you're thinking of selling or listing your property, you really want to make sure it's in decent shape, it presents well. You have good photography done of the home, drone work, etc. And I think it's important that those homes that have updated baths, updated kitchens, really sell the quickest, and also have nice outdoor space. So having said that, right?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it for, we hope to bring Maria back in next week, and she will talk about what's trending with mortgages.
Right, more specifically than what we said.
Yeah, we really, we can't get involved in that. She has more information.
More information. So we wish you a great weekend, and we hope to see you next week on Instagram Live. Have a great week.